everybody, it's Kathy Champion and welcome back to my craft room. I am going to do something a little bit different today. If any of you that's been following me for a while, and even some of you that are newer but you've gone back and watched some of my older videos, if you remember early on I did a stamp set hack. Well, I always say this, okay, let me start over. You can't invent the wheel because it's already, you can't reinvent it, but you can make it better. And that's what I found out with my stamp set hack. I had originally told you to cut your pieces of acetate, and I hope that's showing up in the camera. Please excuse my nails, I have to do them today, they look horrible. But I was bending this in half, scoring it right down the middle. This is a 2-inch piece of acetate by 4, so it's 4 inches this way and 2 inches this way. And I cut these acetates out of sheets of acetate that I get it on I get it online from Amazon, and you can just cut these down to 2 by 4. Well, what I was doing is I was scoring it at 1 inch, and then I was gluing it on, or using sticky tape and sticking it on each side of the stamp set like this. I found a better way, because what was happening, it didn't have enough of room. If you notice, you've got about 1/8 of an inch. Let's see if I can get that. See that little gap right there? It is about 1/8 of an inch. So I found out a better way, and I wanted to share it with you. So let's get our scoreboard out, and I am going to use my bigger one. And the reason I want to use the bigger one is because this one has the 1/8 measured off on it. But I'm going to make that easy even if you do not have the 1/8. And I am going to actually zoom you into this because I really want you to get this. And I'm going to try to bring, let's see if I can bring my scoreboard down enough so that you can see that. Right there in that corner, there's my acetate, see it? And what I'm going to do is I am going to use a finer tip, like maybe this one. Focus, focus. That autofocus is trying really hard. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to use that side of my little Nuvo. No, these aren't Nuvo. These are EK Tools. So I'm going to use the smaller one. And instead of scoring down that 1 inch line right there, I am going to score at 7/8. And I'm going to do that again because I really want that to take. And then I'm going to go, making sure it's pushed all the way over, I'm going to go over to 1 1/8. And again, I'm going to score that again to make sure that I'm getting it. Now what you're going to have is this little gusset. Let me zoom back out so I can show you. Now you're going to have this little gusset. When you fold this down, and I'm going to go ahead and press it here and here, and I'm just doing it with my fingers, you're going to have this little gusset that's going to sit over top of your stamps. So let me show you how I put this together. I was so excited when I realized that I needed that little pocket in there to fit over my stamps. So I was so excited. I'm just going to press that back out like so that I can get my sticky tape on it. And I am almost out of my wide sticky tape, but I'm going to use this one, and I'm just going to put 2 layers of it down. If I can find the end. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is, and I know it's hard to see this, let me see if I can get something to lay it on. Let's try this pack of paper and see if that makes it a little more visible. I think it does. On that glass it was very hard to see. Maybe even a darker piece of paper. Let's see if I can find something darker. When you're looking for something darker, you never find it. Maybe this will work. Nope, no better. I was trying to grab something that was right here that would make it easier for you to see that, but I am having no luck whatsoever. How about a piece of Christmas paper? Nope, that definitely doesn't make it better. Okay, we're just going to leave it on the white. And what I'm going to do is on this side, this flat piece on this side, I'm going to put down my sticky tape. And I am going to come down to the bottom edge first and just run it the length. I am going to use a block to cut this with. And then I'm going to go back over top of it and I'm going to put another line of sticky tape and tear that off. I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing on this side. This is so easy to do, and it makes all the difference in the world in how your stamp sets will hold up and how you can never ever lose that backer on your stamp set. You'll never ever have to worry about getting it back on straight. It'll be there, and it's wonderful. And I actually got this idea from Tracy and Bill's stamps. When I started getting some of their stamps, theirs has the acetate attached. So when I opened these up the first time like that, and I saw this, and it said, these are put together with just another piece of acetate. It's a piece on a piece. And I was like, why can't I do that? So that's exactly what I did when I came up with this little stamp set hack. And I noticed that some of the stamps are starting to come like that, but the ones that aren't, we can fix it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one side of my sticky tape off. And this is my new stamp set that I got in my shop, and it's a Cozy Christmas stamp set. I'm going to lay it in on the side that I have not taken the adhesive off. So just lay it in there and get it even, and then just bend this over. Just like that. Press it down really good. Turn it over. Release your tape off of, your backer off of this side, and bend it over. It is that easy to have your stamps now where you can peel this off and you never ever have to worry about losing this piece. You never have to worry about getting it back on in the right place. It goes back down perfectly. And I love this. I love this as a stamp set hack. So I'm going to do this one more time to show you exactly how I did it. Here is every time I get a new stamp set in, this is what I do. I have some pieces of acetate already cut. I did have a piece over here, and I've misplaced it. Checking to see if it stuck to that one. It was laying right here, but that's okay. It will turn back up, I'm sure. So we'll just grab another piece. I have a bunch of these cut. I cut out a whole bunch of them, and I stick them over in a little basket that I have. So when I get a stamp set, all I have to do is score it, put my tape on it, put it down on the stamp set, and it's a done deal. So let's go ahead and get our scoreboard again. I'm not going to zoom in this time because I think you got the gist of it. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to use my smaller end of my folder, my embosser. I'm going to emboss at 7/8, and I'm going to get a good line on it because acetate is very hard to crease. So I got it there. I'm holding it really tight. I'm going to come over to the 1 1/8, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to crease it really nice and tight all the way down. And there we go. That gives us our little pocket. So while I've got it in my hand, I'm going to just crease it down like that, and then I'm going to bend it up, and I'm going to crease it on that next score line. So 7/8 and 1 1/8 on a 2-inch piece of acetate. And I will put all of that in the description of this video, so you will have that for future reference. Now I'm going to lay it back out, grab my sticky tape and my little block, and I am going to put one line down on the edge. And it's okay if it's not perfectly straight. That doesn't matter. The main thing is just to get sticky tape on here because it will hold it. And we'll tear that off, and then we're going to turn it over and do the same thing again. Sticky tape to the bottom edge. And tear it off, and I got a little bit there off of that board. Off of my paper pack that I laid it on. That's okay. And now we're going to put another piece right up here, just like that, and rub it down and tear it off. Okay, so now this is ready. I am going to take my bone folder. I don't think I did it on the other one, but I'm going to do this just to make sure this adheres good to the acetate. This is always a good rule of thumb when you're working with sticky tape. Now my Olive Glow is the one that I want to do. So I am going to pull the backer off of one side. And keep in mind too, when you're doing this, which side of your stamp set you want to be the top. I usually like my stamp sets like this, where I'm looking at it this way, so I always do this left side. So I took that off, and I'm going to turn it over because I want the side that's got the backer on it to be the piece that I lay my stamp set into. And then I'm just going to press this down, like so. And I'm going to rub it really good because I want that to adhere. I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing. Pull up my backer, pull off the backer off of your sticky tape, and then just bring it over and press it down. And I usually pick them up and rub it with my finger. But you can see now you have that little gap there that allows you to pull your acetate sheet off. You're never going to lose your acetate now. You're never going to have trouble getting it back on even because it's going to fit every time. I love this little hack. I hope that y'all find it useful. I will also put in the iCard up here. At the beginning of this video, the iCard will pop up, and I might put it at the end also, so that way you can see my old one versus the new one. Believe me, the stamp set hack updated version is going to be the one you want to go to. So I hope this helps you in storing your stamp sets. I also have a system that I store my stamp sets, like my Olive Glow. I make a little label, I make a little folder, I'll put the label on it, and I file these alphabetically in my little photo boxes. So y'all seen that. I've showed that on some of my other videos, but that works really well for me. So anyway, I hope everybody has a very blessed and happy day. This was a very short video. I think it's only going to be about 12.5 minutes. But anyway, y'all be blessed. Take care. I love you all. And remember to always show kindness to your fellow man or woman, and have a smile for someone today. And let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Lord and Savior, Jesus. And I love you all. And until we craft again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.